Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about manifesting on a deadline, okay? Can it be done? Yes, okay? Anything can be done. Any manifestations can come to fruition. But before I get started with giving you the affirmations, because I have a couple of affirmations that have personally helped me manifest on a deadline pretty much almost every time. So if I can do it, you can do it as well. But before getting started with that, I do want to clarify that time is an illusion and it's not linear, okay? Everything is happening all at once. Instead of thinking of time as like a timeline, like a little line, think of it as like events stacked on top of each other, okay? So yeah, everything that you want to manifest, it already exists, okay? So if you're trying to manifest a specific person, know that they're already yours, know that it's already done. The minute you have that desire, it's already done. And it's not even so much about you manifesting that person or that whatever, like abundance, money, relationship. It's about you manifesting the version of yourself that has those manifestations, okay? It's about you manifesting being in the timeline where you have those manifestations, or quantum jumping, whatever you want to call it, because creation is already done. You're not creating, you're not even attracting, you're just deciding, okay? You're just jumping to the timeline, that reality or that version of yourself where it exists. So yeah, I didn't want to talk about that. And another thing, like you should never pay attention to time, yes, because of those reasons, because it already exists. And also because time is a social construct, okay? It's something that we humans made up. Like, for example, we go by the Gregorian calendar in most of the world, right? So that's a universal standard that humans set out, or humans just made, okay? So yeah, also time is very subjective to other people. Like what can feel a very long time to you might not feel that long to someone. And like, the whole thing about like, oh, time passes by really fast whenever you're hanging out with someone that you really like or enjoy hanging out with. I mean, yeah, that just proves that, like, a lot of the times, like, let's say like half a day will feel very different in different like circumstances, different scenarios, okay? Like half a day of taking like a test, like a bar exam or like some sort of standardized test will feel very different than you hanging out with your friends, right? So yeah, a lot of the times when people are manifesting a specific person, it feels longer because of the amount of attention that you're giving to that time. Okay, it's almost like you're putting, like, yeah, you're just giving so much of your energy to, like, what's not here. You're coming from a state of lack, and that's something that you should really change, because SP is already yours. All your desires are already yours. You should be enjoying life. You should be using that time to, like, find out, new hobbies, explore, travel, have fun. Okay, I promise you, SP is always going to be there. Like that, you have to start thinking of that as a constant, or whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. It's already going to be there. Do not pay too much attention to the time that is passing by, because it's not even real. And yeah, how you've heard of like putting SP on a pedestal. Like, you're sort of putting time on a pedestal. You're putting, like, you're giving too much of your energy to these things, whereas like, you create time. Okay, you control time. Time does not control you. Never think that way. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and give you some of the affirmations that have personally helped me a lot in terms of manifesting on a deadline. Because yeah, again, we sometimes, I guess, do have to have certain things done by a certain time because of these universal standards that humans put out. But I also want to let you know that you can get creative with your manifestation. So let's say there is a deadline where you have to manifest something by, you can just extend the deadline. Like, I'm not necessarily talking about SP, but let's say you have like a loan, or like, payment, or a test or assignment due by a certain time. You can just extend that deadline. Like, be creative with your manifestations. You can like alter the deadlines. You can alter like what you need to turn in. Okay, so that's also one way to like sort of manifest on a deadline. But I know a lot of you want to figure out how you can manifest your SP by a deadline. Like, a lot of the times people want to manifest them by Valentine's Day, or their birthday, or Christmas, whatever the case may be. So here are the affirmations. Okay, it's really, really simple. I always manifest what I want on a deadline. I always manifest what I want on a time crunch. I have always manifested all of my desires on a time crunch. Okay, so that's a mix of like revision affirmations and like past present affirmations. Okay, say things like, I'm a master at manifesting on a deadline. I'm a master at manifesting on a time crunch. This will strengthen your abilities to manifest on a time crunch. It's like, even if, let's say, you didn't get your SP by Valentine's Day or whenever you wanted it, like when you affirm this, you'll definitely get them by the next milestone, whatever that may be, okay? So yeah, just say things like I'm a master at, like the whole thing about like I'm a master manifester. I mean, yeah, take that to the next step and say like I am a master manifester when it comes to manifesting on a deadline, time crunch, whatever feels good to you. Okay, I mean, at this point I'm just repeating myself, but it really is that easy. And of course, revision affirmations always help. Or yeah, they also help. I feel like it really, like, so many people have gotten so much movement by using revision affirmations. So just tell yourself that you've always been good at manifesting on a deadline. You've always been good at manifesting on a time crunch, okay? And the truth is, you probably are, okay? Like, even if you're the type of person who procrastinates, think back to school, okay? I know, like, a lot of you watching, like, you definitely could have, graduated from a certain type of school, like high school, college, you may have degrees, like, whatever. But, like, the point is, you have definitely gotten things done on an actual timeline, right? So just sort of like, I guess, leverage that. I don't know how else to explain this, but like just sort of think back to those events. Think back to all the times that you've done that if you want to gain more confidence at your abilities as a master manifester, like someone who's good at manifesting on a time crunch, okay? I was gonna say like leverage the energy of that time, but I feel like that sounds a little bit too law of attraction, but like hopefully you get the gist, okay? Like just think of the times you have manifested in a time crunch, because you have, okay? Like think of the times you stayed up, studying for a certain like test, and like you ended up actually doing a lot better than you thought, or you ended up like staying late at night to finish an essay, to finish some sort of assignment or lab, okay, or finish a job application. You got it done on time. There definitely have been probably more than like one instance where you've done that, like no matter like what degree you have or don't have, like that doesn't even matter, but like you have manifested on a time crunch before, and know that like if you've done it before, you can do it again, okay? You can replicate that same thing again. So yeah, just tell yourself that you've always been good at manifesting on a time crunch, and that you are good at that, okay? And I promise you, like, your subconscious will internalize that, and anytime you are manifesting on a time crunch, your subconscious will remember the times you told it that affirmation, and you will end up getting that thing exactly when you want it, okay? That brings me to my next affirmation. I always get what I want when I want it, okay? I always get what I want when I want it. So yeah, that also, like, I really like that affirmation because it sort of brings you to that like God state or operant power of your reality type of state, okay? Because at the end of the day, listen, you control everything, okay? Do not let your thoughts control you. Do not let like time control you. You control that, okay? Like, going back to Doctor Strange, you guys know how much I love my Marvel movies, but like Doctor Strange can literally control time through like his like magnetic like force field, whatever, like the thing that he makes. I definitely need to rewatch the movies again, but yeah, like this sort of reminds me of the Avengers Endgame and the Infinity Stones. I believe one of the stones was the Time Stone. Okay, you can control time. Like you can literally freeze time if you wanted to as well. So there's like nothing that's beyond your limits. You can manifest like anything, okay? Like I said, like get creative with your manifestations. If you feel like it's the deadline that is kind of like tripping you up, then just change the deadline, okay? Like freeze time, okay? Like people have manifested like a lot of crazy things. Like let me tell you, I've heard of people manifesting like changing their eye color, changing their like blood type, manifesting someone else and themselves getting out of like stage 4 cancer, manifesting like um reversing their age, reversing their freaking age, okay? Manifesting like actually getting younger, looking younger. I mean, yeah, if they can do that, like you can manifest your SP on a time crunch. You can manifest anything, okay? So just understand that nothing is beyond you. Nothing is above you, okay? Like time, your SP, your desires, don't put them on a pedestal, okay? Because at the end of the day, you have more control of your reality than you know it, okay? Everything that you're manifesting, it is a direct reflection of your dominant assumptions, okay? So like make sure that your dominant assumptions are in alignment with what you are trying to manifest, okay? Like you can literally like slow down time, you can literally speed up time, you can literally make time go fast. Like let's say that you are trying to manifest an SP and you're kind of annoyed at like the amount of time that it's taking. Why don't you just like speed up the time? Why don't you just like manifest the version of yourself that already has that, okay? Because you already do have that. So like just tell yourself affirmations and like get really creative with them that imply that you already have what you want, okay? So yeah, the whole thing that I said about like the concept of speeding up time, it's something that I need to look a little bit more into, but I know that a lot of the times a lot of the times it is like time that sort of annoys people, frustrates people that are trying to manifest their SP. So don't pay attention to the amount of time that's passed by, okay? And if you really can't do that, then just tell yourself, I always get what I want when I want it. I always manifest everything that I want fast. I always manifest easily and effortlessly. All my manifestations always come to me at the speed of light, okay? Like, get as like I said, creative as you want. Dramatize your affirmations as much as you want. I really like the speed of light one because for whatever reason, like just dramatizing your affirmations, that's really ended up working, well for me. And that sort of goes hand in hand with the whole thing that I said about like speeding up time, speeding up to the point in time where you have your SP. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so those are my affirmations for manifesting on a time crunch or on a deadline. These have worked really well for me. Okay. And when I say they worked really well for me, it's more so that I didn't feel the frustration and anxiety that's associated with the stagnancy or like the amount of time that's passing by. Okay, because I know a lot of people, like, they get really tripped up, like just waiting for their manifestations. They get frustrated, like, the stagnancy sort of gets to them. They get anxious. So yeah, I feel like these affirmations really help with that. But like I said in the beginning of the reading, have fun with your manifestations. Your SP is already yours. Everything's already yours. And like, just know that it is already done, okay? And in the time that you're quote unquote waiting for your manifestations to come, aka you shifting to the reality or version of yourself where you have those, have fun, live your best life, okay? Do not put your SP or time or anything on a pedestal. At the end of the day, you control everything, okay? And it's like if you created something, if you created like this assumption, even without you knowing it, like you created this unconscious assumption that it takes a really long time for you to manifest, you can uncreate that, okay? And you can uncreate that by saying the affirmations that I gave. You do not have to wait for your desires, okay? It does not have to be this like long, worn out process for you to get your desires. And please, 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 for the love of what's good, do not pay attention to those posts that say things like, oh, SP and you have to go through some sort of divine healing and divine timing will bring you together. Divine timing is a limiting belief, and that is a law of attraction concept. Do not subscribe to that, okay? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about your assumptions. So whatever you believe in, it will manifest. And it's okay to believe in whatever you believe in. But personally, for me, that divine timing concept really kind of annoyed me because I felt like I had to wait for my manifestations. I felt like something like a lot of time had to pass by for me to get my manifestations. Like, I've heard of like bizarre things like, oh, if you want to meet your soulmate, you have to like have a really good job, or like the both of you have to find your life purpose before you meet your soulmate. These are all limiting beliefs, you guys. You can meet your soulmate, you can get your SP, you can manifest whatever you want at any time. You do not have to be like 100% like, perfect or fully healed or have gone through some like divine healing or wait for divine timing. Like, no, SP is yours right now. You deserve to have what you want right now, okay? Do not subscribe to those limiting beliefs, okay? I think I did subscribe to those limiting beliefs because I actually started off with law of attraction, and I guess I internalized that so much where I thought I had to like wait a lot to get my manifestations, but then I uninternalized that by just affirming that I always get what I want when I want it. Okay, I am good at manifesting whatever I want easily, effortlessly, and that things come to me at the speed of light. I'm good at manifesting things fast. I'm good at manifesting things on a deadline, and I always have been. And I've noticed things come to me so, so fast, okay? Literally, I think the minute I started saying this, I was able to like manifest my SP, the person that I'm with right now. I was also able to manifest a double promotion within 6 months. I didn't even think that was possible, and I definitely thought that you'd have to wait like longer than 6 months to get like, promoted. Like, because the first promotion, it took me like 1.5 years to get. But then like the second promotion, it just came in 6 months later, and like that proves that like, it really, time is just an abstract concept that, or construct, whatever you want to call it, and at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter because you deserve to have your manifestations right now, okay? So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video right here. Let me know if you have any good affirmations to manifest on a time crunch or on a deadline, okay? And let me know if you have any questions you want me to address. I will address them in the comment section below, or maybe you guys can answer each other's questions. I've noticed a lot of people are really good at this, and the way that you guys answer each other's questions, oh my gosh, like, keep it up, okay? I learned so much from you as well. But yeah, do let me know if you have any questions that you want me to address in a future video. And yeah, I intend that all of you get your manifestations, okay? Every single person watching this, you will get what you want when you want it. So yeah, I will for real end the video right here. I will see you all next time.